Hey Cheese, this is Egan on Payload Dambusters A4. I just have a couple things to mention, kind of to riddle off quickly. Ooh, what is that? There's like speakers in the ground. That's weird, that I just found. Um, Number one, the map is pretty messy looking. It looks like it's really hard to tell the flow of the space. It feels almost like a lot of the geometry was randomly placed. A lot of the props kind of look out of fit. Like, you look here. Where are the routes? There's probably a route over there. Does it have a tunnel that goes back behind it? And how do I get up to there? Oh, there's no way to get up to there. I just have to kind of trust my instincts that nothing's going to pop out and kill me instantly. Just stuff like that, where it's just a little weird to quickly grasp the scale of areas in the map. Also, the lighting, because you're using the Viaduct skybox, I encourage you to use the Viaduct lighting and fog settings. Number one, that'll make the map a lot easier to read because nothing is like buried in shadows. And number two, it'll make the map look a lot better because at the moment, while you might be thinking it's a small thing, like, oh, the map doesn't have to look good in early alpha versions, it does help players feel good while they're playing it. And at the moment, we're kind of feeling like one of those 1970s movies where they just didn't add any color correction and they used kind of poor light quality settings, you know, on their cameras, and it just feels like poopy, I guess. Okay. So with that out of the way, the feeling of the map out of the way, well, I guess a thing that you could do is just kind of look through the map and play it and kind of go, okay, where's the main route? And where's the sniper location? And where's like the engineer location? And it's difficult to tell. At least you can kind of tell the direction, but it's like, where's the point? Where's the capture point? I can't tell. Like, the capture point should be like visible from here, given that this is like a main kind of rolling route. Or is it? It's really difficult to tell. Stuff like that, where it's really hard to read, you know? This kind of looks like the main route. I guess this part isn't too bad. Ooh. It's just very hard to read and hard to get up to other places of the map if you weren't like a soldier, you know? Like, if you were here, you're like, how do I get up to those top spots? Well, you don't get to see any stairs as any other class. I'm going to burp one sec. And so that's a kind of a problem. Like, on Borneo, oh, this is not where the stairs are. I don't even know where the stairs are. At least on Borneo, you know, in that third point, I think, it's like the second last point. It's in this big building. And you can see all of the stairs, and you can see all of the routes from the ground. You could just go, okay, those are the stairs, you know, and then you just walk up the stairs, and then you're up at the top of the building. But here, it's, and across the map, it feels difficult to read a lot of the geometric spaces. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and also you have a leak on this map because this is water, but the top is invisible. And also, you can like fall out of the map and just keep falling. So you have a leak. So fix the leak, because that's really bad for a lot of things. Frames, for instance. Can I turn on frames? Okay, well, I'm playing alone, so that's probably why my frames aren't too ridiculously bad. Okay, third thing, other than the feeling of the map, the readability and stuff, and the leak, is that it takes an awfully long time to walk to the cart as a blue guy. As a red guy, it feels pretty fine. It feels pretty fine as a red guy. But as a blue guy, especially for here, for instance, this is our forward spawn for blue team that we just captured that point over there. That's C point. And so in order to push last, we're going to have to walk all the way across here, all the way here, push the cart all the way through here, all the way up here, all the way up to here, and that's like a minute to walk, and it should be like a third of that distance. So as soon as blue captures this point, you should have like a forward spawn for blue team like right here, like something really close. And even potentially, like, if there's not a route that goes through here, okay, maybe that's fine. If the forward spawn was right in here after blue team captures this point, then I think that might be a bit more fine, but you'd have to test it out. So maybe watch the demos of the latest version tests of the map and go, okay, well, the average lifespan of the soldier man when he arrives in the combat space is typically around 25 to maybe 30 seconds. So the walk time for the soldier man should be like 2/3 of that. You know, if it's 30 seconds, it should be like 20 seconds maximum for him to arrive at the combat scenario or whatever. I don't really actually know the scientific estimates of that. I'm just kind of guessing based on that a lot of people were saying in the test that they were spending more time walking than they were fighting, which is another part of that fun kind of good feeling in the map, you know. So this map has a lot of that kind of bleh feeling where it doesn't look that good, the lighting doesn't look that good, it's hard to read where the capture point is and where the snipers are supposed to go and where the engineers are supposed to go. It's hard to tell where the routes are going to go. If you look on a lot of Valve maps, you can just tell by like the surrounding geometry of the buildings, you know, like maybe the buildings are kind of like funneling you into this direction and the buildings are kind of high on this side, like almost like a round piece this side, and then it's open over here, so you can go, okay, so there's the open part, but like over here you got this big stuff in the way completely blocking you and you're just a little bit stuff like that. Looking into the readability of the geometry, so that the look of it, the feeling of it, the lighting of it, and then also the walk times, all of that combines to make something that a lot of people got really bored of very quickly during testing. So I'd advise you, if you're going to make an A5, to really focus on a lot of that stuff, particularly because A3, A2, not so much A1 because A1 was broken for a different reason, but at least A2 and A3 had this same feeling. So I'm just, you know, emphasizing, I'm pushing that towards you. That's what you should focus on for A5? A5. Okay. So you fix that, and then it'll probably be a lot better for people to enjoy playing on. I personally would emphasize the viaduct lighting because I like lighting and it looks boring right off the bat. So there you go. There's some stuff. Good luck.